Two. Hello, beautiful people. What is today? Oh my God, happy Tuesday. Today, Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where in the world you are tuning in from. Y'all, today I am back with another special episode of the Client Spotlight series that we are hosting. And we're doing this because we're featuring all of the time-rich clients that we have that have experienced some kind of a transformation in partnering with us. And y'all, today I have a very special guest, Miss Fontella, in the building. Queen, please do tell us who you are, what you do, all of this goodness.
Well, first, thank you so much for having me, Alante. Like, this is such a blessing. So thank you so much. But my name is Fontella Abreu, and I have a lot going on. So we're gonna do our best to just kind of, wrap it up so it's palatable. But I'm an officiant and minister, so I perform wedding ceremonies, a host of ceremonies. That's my primary, but I'm also a holistic health and wellness coach, specializing in mental fitness because we need it, because that's the foundation of everything. So I pretty much have services and products, but yeah, that's the gist of Fontella.
Let's get into it because you, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you found me from the Thotto, that
Yes.
community. And y'all, if y'all don't know, we've been working together for over a year now, and we're still working together. So we're just gonna walk through that whole journey of what it was like back when we first partnered to now. You guys see the picture. But Fontella, if you can kind of come back with me back in mid-November of 2022 when we first did your operations audit. First, have you ever had an operations audit before? And if not, what was that experience like for you?
Well, to answer the first question, absolutely not, because it was like there was no one. I've never had anyone stepping in. I was just doing things, So this was my first one. I always knew, something that I needed, but sometimes we just overthink things. So when you're in the thick of it, you're just like, nope, well, too bad, can't do it now because we got to get this done. So it was more like that. But no, yeah. So this was the first one, and when I say, when it comes to business, there's no shame over here. Okay, so I will say the audit was telling. Okay, so it wasn't telling in the sense that I wasn't working or getting things done, but I don't think like I said, when you're in the thick of it, I don't think I realized how manual my process was. Ugh, I love
Yeah.
I know it just made Alante cringe, but I was doing everything. Like I still do, but now, when we gonna talk about it, it's streamlined, but I was manually, I pretty much, if I could have made the paper and put the ink in the pen before I started writing stuff down, I would have been doing that too. Manual.
And I'll stop here because what I love about you, number one, is you have created such a phenomenal reputation in the industry, the wedding industry, when it comes to what you do. So your work speaks for itself. And this is one thing that we talked about during our CEO intensive that happened, I think, like a couple of weeks later. But you already had a process in place. You already had some tools that you were working with. It's just, how do I make sense of it all? How do I streamline it? How do I start, delegating, automating all the repetitive stuff
Yes.
I don't want to do? And so I remember doing that first CEO intensive. We were mapping out your full-blown offer suite. And I'm like, girl, it's time to raise your rates.
Yes.
And it's crazy because what I love in that is, one, you understood the value that you're bringing to the marketplace. Your clients clearly see that. So when you raise your rates, girl, you were closing clients. And you were able to see how you can really get yourself to six figures being a solopreneur the sustainable way, without crashing, without burning out, without being overwhelmed. Right. So that was amazing too. But what was it like from your perspective? One, seeing your business kind of mapped out, seeing, the revenue predictability, seeing all of your workflows, all your processes. What was that experience like for you?
That honestly, that was everything. So like that, because I was seeing it in my head, which is, it's different. Sometimes like I always joke and say, me doing that and having that process allowed me to turn my brain off for a second if I wanted to, because it was a lot of just remembering everything, which is okay. But, sometimes we need to break from that, so and it allowed me, and actually one thing that I don't even think I realized is it allowed me more room to build, because I had a better vision of everything, So it's funny. I've always been one of those people who believed in, I believe in vision boards, but I also believe in setting goals and making a plan to get to things on the vision board,
Yes,
so it's a whole process. But so I had the, all the other stuff without having the vision board, and you need all three components. So I think once we started doing that, that was so powerful for me to see. I could look and I'm like, I can wait a minute, so there was a lot more room for growth once you really see what you're doing and what you're working with.
Yes. So not only did you go through the original accelerator program, but you decided to come back with us a second time and resign last summer and kick it on off, and we're still working together. So question for you is, why did you choose us to partner with, and why do you still continue to choose us to work with?
Okay. Well, I will say it's a couple things. So I will say you had me at the name, because Streamline Streamline Scale is like, yep, that's what I need. So I can own my behavior. I knew what my problem was, and I'm like, oh, okay, see, that's 62% of the battle right there in the title. So I was like, yep, that's my company right there. So I was like, all right, let's see how this goes. So it was that, and then of course, I consult with Alante, and then I'm like, a lot of people, they have different thought processes, but when I found out this was my Six Sigma sister, that we both have lean thinking, okay? Not sorority sisters, the other Six Sigmas, that clarify for people, but that we both had that same process of thinking. I was like, oh, that's where, sign me up, where's the dotted line so I can sign? So I was, I'm all about what makes sense, and it's like, if I agree with your premise, your concept, and, it's something that's realistic, it fits into what I'm doing, but I believe in adaptability for growth, personally and professionally. So I was like, oh, this is exactly what I need. So, and as you so eloquently stated, we are still working together today, because if it ain't broke, I don't know why I would try to fix it. We have work to do. We still have work to do. I think it's beautiful that I've had so much growth in this time, but there's always room to expand, and there's always room to refine, and just just make things better always. So you didn't get rid of me yet.
Oh, girl, I don't plan on it. We stuck together forever. What you mean?
Yes.
But one thing I love about you are a dream client to work with Fontella. And
thank you.
Of course. And I remember on our very first call when you mentioned Six Sigma, girl, it was like by ears. It's like, I'm like, we can't get that together.
You
talking about efficiency. Talking about lean building.
Yes. It's like you're just missing that one little piece to bring it all together. I had the background, and I definitely had the work ethic, and I had the vision. I'm like, okay, but it was like, so I got to do all this until we figure out a better way. And at that time you know what? I feel like I don't even have the right to say I was still learning Dubsado, because I did not even start learning Dubsado until I started working with Alante. And I was using the software already. That's the sad part. I was using it already.
Yeah.
And I was just like, every day we just learned a new key. We just, we figured it out, but we made it happen. Poor Alante. She was like, oh, you doing this like this? And then you go get, every time it was, like every day was the first day.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you brought me in, because one, you already have the platform. You're already using the platform. You didn't even know all of the capabilities that Dubsado could do, and how it could really automate almost like an entire admin department.
It was one of those things too. When I first got it, I asked for, and I do my research. So asked for comparing it to other programs, other systems. I was like, okay, I like the capabilities here. It allowed me to have creative control, which was good, So I was like, okay, we need that, but I only compared to a certain extent. And it was like, okay, now I have it. I identified it's the best one. I have it, and then it pretty much stopped there. You know what I mean? Like I didn't do anything further but that's okay because I knew I was going to do the work. You know,
Yeah.
I knew I was going. I knew I was going to find you. I didn't know it was you, but I knew I was going to find you. So
Universe, and it still is.
that's
I'm
right.
definitely grateful that, the divine brought us together. So what has your experience tell everyone here, coming from a solopreneur who was doing everything manually, who was doing everything, had access to all these different platforms, maybe had multiple platforms doing the same thing. What kind of results and transformation have you experienced over this last year in us partnering together?
Woo. So
Got a deep breath.
it's I'm trying to condense because it is so much. Like I'm laughing, Alante, because I'm gonna start with just the bare bones minimum
Okay.
contracts. I'm start like when I tell you world, I did all my contracts. Okay, like and I still do them and send them out now, but not
Yeah.
like I manually entered everyone's information. I did
Yeah.
every piece of putting it together all over again every time I had someone. So it was just like it was things like that, and then I just
Yeah.
manually sent the email and I just waited and I said, okay, sure, I'm on it. Now put this invoice together and send it to you. It was
Yeah.
like so once we got once I was able to once work and shame on me because I knew about workflows, but I didn't know about workflows in Dubsado. So once I discovered that Dubsado had workflows through
Mhm.
Alante, it was on. Oh, I just clicked this button right here. It was just autofill. Just I was like, oh my god, I'm like, what have I been doing? I just gained back. Now I have like 11 extra hours per day that I didn't have trying to do all that stuff before. So no,
Yeah.
I think it's I like it because being able to make things more efficient.
Mhm.
One, in all honesty, it's gonna, like I know I'm at a point right now, but
Mhm.
it's gonna allow me to have way more reach. And that's in all the industries that I work in. When things are streamlined, when they're streamlined, it takes less time. You can kick more things out. You can reach more
Yeah.
people. You can service more people.
Yeah.
Um, so that's a huge thing, and also I should say with both industries, but especially with the wedding industry, it
Mhm.
gives me more room for creativity
Mhm.
because I specialize in customizing ceremonies. So my ceremonies are specific to my couples. That takes time. I sit down, and I have to think. I meet with these people. I have to know them, and do my best.
Yeah.
But if I'm worried about typing up so many contracts and then sending off manual emails, those were things that limited me. So I'm like, well, I can only take so many of this. So
Mhm.
it opened up me being able to service more people. And we
Yeah.
know what that means. You service more people. We know
Well,
what kind of growth that is. So it's growth in
100%.
all areas.
Yes.
So
Yes, yes, yes. And what about just being on the other side, seeing your journey and your growth as a founder of a company and a CEO who's getting ready to start growing your team? That's probably the best part of our partnership, just seeing your growth.
absolutely.
It's like seeing the light bulb just kind of click off, like, wow, I don't
Yes.
have to, manually go back and forth and, find time on my calendar. I could just send them a booking link and they find time on my calendar.
Yes.
It's like those
Right.
little things of, wow, I don't have to spend my precious time putting together contracts and sending invoices and following up for payment. And it's like, no, that can be automated. And
Right.
it's amazing how, one, you're so protective. You're so much more protective of your time and where your time goes and what you do, that you're now more intentional in making sure that things that you do for your company is bringing in, it's profit generating tasks.
Right.
And that has been amazing to see, just outside of the work that we've done in Dubsado is amazing. But then outside of that, just seeing how you're just evolving as a leader. I salute you, Queen. I just want to give you your
Thank
flowers
you. Thank
because
you
you
so
are
much.
doing the damn thing. Okay,
Thank
Fontella.
you.
Okay.
No, I thank you so much for that because it's one of those things that I think over time, like you don't even realize you just moving so quick trying to get everything done and trying to do it. And
Yeah.
because everything that I do, like I'm passionate about, like there is a reason I'm there. So it's not like, oh, this job pays the much. I'm, the most I'm there. It's not like that. Like everything is a personal journey for me. There's a personal reason why I'm there. So, so I'm in it, I'm enjoying it, and you don't even notice that. So I was glad to kind of get that system together so I can sit back and say like, okay, you did that. Yes.
Yes.
Keep going. Yeah.
And you did.
No,
So
so it's beautiful. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. You're good. So what's next for you now that you have your foundations in place, your operation streamlined, and y'all, she doesn't run just one business, okay? We're talking to a serial entrepreneur here. She has two, who knows, she may have 5 by the end of the year.
Yeah, we have more, but we got 2 that really are the we gonna keep the 2 for the one interview.
What's next for you? What do you see this year looking like for you, Fontella?
So honestly, this year I see, and I'm gonna spend this whole interview singing your praises. So this year we're gonna go back to how, because it's all, it's all relative, and I'm so appreciative that, like, you remember I said it allows me to kind of, redirect my time, and use it in a better way, because those are things that can be automated should be automated. There's things that I bring to the table in my services that only I can bring,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this year for myself, I see myself automating some more, because we, streamlining some more, because I know there's a couple more buttons that you didn't figure out yet, but you're gonna show me. So there's some other things, but I see myself definitely reaching people more with my wellness business. I see this year doing a lot more speaking engagements. I'm really big on mental fitness, and I feel like the world, I think people have a misconception when it comes to mental fitness. Like they, and I'm huge on everyone having that mental fitness toolkit, for life. You always have it to refer back to, and it's going to carry you, it's going to get you through every situation. So, yeah, I see speaking engagements in both industries, actually, because I think even with weddings, there's a lot of people, there's such a stigmatism, people, when it comes to the efficient, they don't, when they get married, they're not thinking about us. Nobody about the person who's marrying them. But I think only because there's a lack of information, there's a lack of awareness of the type of person you can have, So it's like, you may have been to a wedding, but you may not have been to a Justice Fontella wedding. Like that's
right.
It's the whole. So my goal this year is to continue and be a whole experience for people, whether it's in one industry or the other.
Yes. And that is just what you offer too, y'all. I have never come across anyone that does what you do to the caliber that you do it, because it is such an experience. And just hearing the words from your clients, their testimonials, you change lives. And you're such a multifaceted, you have so many gifts and talents. And one thing that I admire about you is you were able to be successful without having an online presence, y'all. We first working together, she was not on Facebook, not on Instagram, not on LinkedIn.
I know. We're counting like my 4 life Facebook posts. And I'm not that young. I'm not 4 years old, so that's but we're building it. But no, it's so funny because you saying that, and another friend brought that to my attention, and it's like something that you lose sight of, and I didn't really think about that. But I think, because like I said, each thing that I do, wellness is personal, that's personal to me, so that's huge. And and even weddings, like I'm so big on commitment. Because I'm just, anyone who commits to anything, you commit to someone, like I'm all about it, I'm here for it, so I'm trying to make it happen. But it's one of those things that you don't realize it until you're in it, like you said, but you can change lives like that. And social media has like been the thing, but I think, well, we know I manually do stuff, but I was so used to putting in the work. I remember even with weddings, just like Alante said, she's trying to be nice, but you were mortified, okay, when you saw my pricing the beginning, But I knew, I had a mission. I knew what I needed to do, because I wasn't on social media. So, you need to prove yourself. You need to make a name for yourself in the industry. And I said, it was like, let me service these people, and I'll let them tell the world, what, how my service is. and
Yeah.
not me doing it this other way. So I could still kind of stay organic to myself.
Yeah.
Facebook is probably about as far as it's gonna go for me, at least for this year. I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
but no, yeah, whatever I was doing, it's been working. I even not being on social media, I
Yeah.
was married at first sight, was able to find me. That was an honor to do that.
Yeah.
And like, they called me. I didn't even know they did. I didn't know what the show was, but that was an
Wow.
honor. I love, I
Talk
love
your
marrying
shit,
couples,
girl.
but
Talk
that
your
was an honor
shit.
to do reality TV as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
it's all fun.
amazing. And this year is like your pop out year because for so long you've been this hidden treasure that
Like you just had to hear about me from a
yes,
friend, from a friend
yes.
or a relative.
Yes, and y'all today she has a Facebook, y'all. She has a following, y'all. She has an audience. She's also in the Facebook community. So I'm gonna go ahead and tag her in this post too, and y'all connect with her because Fontella is up to some goodness in the health and wellness industry that y'all may want to tune into. But I
Yes,
salute you for one because it's not easy. Because I know what it was like. One, living your life completely offline, and then you're moving online, and it's just a bunch of strangers accessing and learning more about you and Really?
yes,
Really? And to constantly show up and be visible. And it takes a special kind of leader to be able to say, you know what? I'm going to silent the limiting beliefs in my head and I'm going to show up because I know there's somebody out there who needs me. And as long as they know that, I do this and I'm here for them, they'll find me. And you
absolutely.
and I love that you're showing up and you're willing to let the world know, online and offline, know all about your
Yes,
goodness, all about your magic and everything that you have to offer. So I just have two more questions for you, Miss Lady. And if y'all
sure.
tuning in live, catching this on the replay, y'all comment down below. Let me know if you are, hanging out here with us. So my second last question to you, Fontella, is what would you say to anyone who is out there considering working with Streamline Scale?
Well, sir or madam or whatever, if you, I would ask, do you, whatever it is you're doing, do you want to grow it? Do you want to grow in it? Do you want to learn? And that, I think that's one of the amazing things is that you like, I do what I do and I know about what I do, but
Yeah.
you taught me things about how I do what I do. And that was like the beautiful part that, sometimes you don't see that when you're just self-reflecting, like someone has to show you that. So
Mm,
I think anyone working with you, you will not waste your time. You will not waste your money. You will only grow. Like this has been such an experience. And as you stated, I'm still here. We still doing it. So I'm like, this
yeah,
wasn't like some kind of one-off. We're still here. We're still building. We have so much work to do, and it's such a pleasure working with you, Alante. Like you are just genuinely a good person, and I'm an energy girl. So
yes.
and the
Oh,
vibes are like they're not. I'm like, oh, like
the
okay, I'm
vibes
here.
are definitely here. And
Yes,
again, you are such a dream to work with. And I just want to pass it back over to you and let you, spend some time letting everyone know what all you do, what all you have coming up right now this year, and where people can find you as well.
Yes. So, see, there you go with that loaded question. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best. So as we spoke about, I'm an officiant and a minister. So I perform wedding ceremonies. I don't like to just say wedding, a host of ceremonies.
Mhm.
I'm a holistic health and wellness coach, mastering mental fitness.
Yeah.
This year, I actually have a TV show, Functional Health and Wellness. So in that show, I cover health topics and I interview people in the industry just to show awareness for things that a lot of people might not know, things that could be helpful in their life. I want people to learn. So this
Yeah.
year, I feel like I always have, but I'm more outwardly dedicating myself to getting to the people. So we are on Facebook. Okay. Yay. We're on Facebook. that I'm on Facebook and I'm working on it. And like soon I'm actually creating a group. So I think I love community. So I think communities are huge when like minds can come together. People can follow someone, but when you have individuals that'll come together for a community, where we can just talk about things and you know, and learn and grow and kind of build off of each other. I think it's beautiful, and that's what I see for 2024.
I love that now. All right now. So y'all heard her. If you are on Facebook, y'all, go ahead and I'm gonna tag her in this post. Connect with Miss Fontella. She is such an asset to have in your network, whether it comes to whatever ceremony that you have, or if you're looking to become mentally fit, right? She's that person. If I'm gonna go ahead and plug them in, y'all. If you're looking for support when it comes to ceremonies, go to justicefontella.com. If you need
Yes.
sea moss, you got so many different
Yes.
products. That's the best sea moss, yes. Go to healthcoachtella.com.
Yes.
They can tag them in the comments for you. But again, I want to thank you for spending some time out with us today, with me today. Taking time
Thank you.
to share your insight, share your experience, talk to the people.
Yes. I
Let
love
me
it.
know what's to come. Do you
Yes.
have any last words, advice, comments for anyone tuning in?
No, I just hope that this interview was helpful, and I hope you leave here with one piece of information you didn't have when you came, and whatever it is, please use it to improve the quality of your life.
Hey, how about to say amen? Preach, Pastor. Listen, if you gain value from listening today, I see someone's heart, and thank y'all for the love.
Oh.
Definitely comment below and let us know, what piece of advice or what in her story resonated with you. And until next time, y'all, again, thank you, Fontella, and we are out, y'all.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Bye.